Santiago was an old fisherman who loved the sea, and he taught a little boy named Manolan to fish, and the boy kept working with the old man for 40 days without catching a single fish, so Manolan's parents forced their son to leave the old man because he had jinxed, so he went to work with another boat, and the first week he had 3 fish of huge species. The boy was very sad, especially seeing the old man return with his empty boat every day, and the boy would go to him to help him carry rolls of ropes, wires, a fishing hook, a spear or a sail patched with flour bags and wrapped as if it were a flag of defeat and constant frustration. Wrinkles and brown spots had covered his face. The boy took the old man's boat and went into the open sea, and went further because he wanted to catch a big fish, and the old man loved the sea and thought he was his friend, so the boy searched for the old man, while the old man was working with one of the fishermen, because he was worried about him, but the old man was strong as he was a good fisherman, and he was not afraid, so he sailed for a long time. He knew that he had to be patient to catch fish, and while he was waiting he saw the birds and they showed him where the fish were, and Santiago was thinking about the turtles that he used to see when he was fishing. He loved turtles and was watching his hook. He was waiting for a big fish. It was hot and he waited for a long time until he saw his fishing rod moving. He was sure it was a big fish, so Santiago grabbed his fishing line carefully, and he knew that it was a big fish. Perhaps it was a marlin, which is one of the largest fish in the sea, and because Santiago is an old man, he knew that it was difficult for him to catch such a big fish and take it home alone, but he needed that fish. Santiago tried to pull the string again, but the fish was strong and began to pull the boat far into the sea. That night Santiago could not sleep, and he kept thinking about Manolan and the fish and the string that he could sell for a large sum. So the old man was holding the string with one hand, and he hoped that the fish was tired, so he was hungry and his hands were hurt by the string. Suddenly the fish jumped out of the water. Was the largest marlin fish Santiago had ever seen. It was bigger than his boat. The old man felt tired, but he had the strength and courage, and he had enough water and food, so the second night came. Santiago did not sleep, and when evening came, the fish circled the boat and took its tail out of the water. Santiago tied her to the boat, but the sharks gathered around her. Santiago tried to kill them, but more sharks gathered around her until the fish became just a skeleton. The old man looked at the fish and was sad, and sailed the boat back. It was all the bed was thinking about. When Santiago returned, it was evening and no one saw him, so he lay down on his bed because he was very tired. The next morning Manolan saw the old man's boat. The boy entered the old man's house, and when he saw his wounded hands he felt sad, went to the cafe and brought him coffee, asked him to go fishing with him again. The old man rejoiced and fell asleep. The villagers saw the fish skeleton and felt sad for Santiago.